Hello and welcome live from Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria. You're watching Newsroom Series. I'm Dominic Iwiwa, and today our focus will be on the southern region. But before we get into that, let's have a snippet of our top stories making the rounds at the moment. Troops of the Nigerian Army have successfully rescued 4 kidnapped victims in Katsina State during ongoing operations targeting a notorious bandit leader, Kachala Fulani, and members of his criminal gang. The state's government, who made this known, said the victims, who regained their freedom during sustained military offensives in locations believed to be bandit hideouts, have received immediate medical attention for injuries sustained while in captivity. The latest breakthrough comes weeks after security forces rescued the wife of the late Major General Rabi Abubakar. The victims were among those previously seen in a photograph taken during their captivity alongside the late military officer. Residents were also assured that security operatives remain on the trail of Kachala Fulani and other criminal elements, and that operations will continue until those responsible are apprehended and brought to justice. The fight against insecurity enters the courts as, after a Katsina State High Court sentenced a female arms courier arrested by the Department of State Services to death, the High Court in Kogi State has handed down a similar sentence to a man prosecuted by the service for kidnapping and murdering his neighbor, a hotel owner in Obajana. The judgment comes amid a series of high-profile convictions secured through DSS investigations and prosecutions. The trial, presided over by Justice Abdul Awulu, found Jibrin Halilu guilty of conspiracy and kidnapping under the Kogi State Kidnapping and Other Related Offences Prohibition Law 2023 and sentenced him to death. According to the prosecution, Mr. Halilu and his gang abducted and eventually killed the proprietor of Ever Ready Hotel, Mr. Uche Ofo, from Obajana in March 2023, despite receiving a 2.5 million naira ransom from the victim's family. We start off in River State, where the Niger Delta Development Commission NDDC has assured that the 3.75-kilometer Okrika-Borikoko Road Bridge in the state will be completed to open up coastal communities for rapid socio-economic development in the oil-rich region. During a recent inspection of the project, the Commission noted that compensations have been paid to property owners along the Borikiri alignment of the project to pave way for demolition of structures on the project's right-of-way.
Work is ongoing on the 3.75-kilometer Okrika-Borokiri Road, with 3 bridges connecting several coastal communities in Okrika local government to Port Harcourt, the River State capital. The legacy project was initially awarded in 2012, but suffered setbacks, largely due to contract variation, which has now been revalidated by the current NDDC leadership. An assistant director in the Commission's Directorate of Utilities, Infrastructural Development and Waterways, Mr. Martins Isiche, leads a delegation to inspect the project site. He says major encumbrances, including payment of compensation to property owners, have been handled.
We can see that we started from here because here is accessible. We have been able to access the bridge directly. Borokiri Okrika, we have just paid compensation. In Borokiri, we have just paid compensation and we're planning for the people to move out. Demolition will start there very soon.
Another major benefit of the road is the reduction of traffic congestion on the Port Harcourt Refinery Road and a shorter travel time from Okrika to Port Harcourt.
As you have seen, we have started doing beams, pile caps, and then we are planning to launch the 5 spans in less than 1 month, hopefully, so we can start from this side. Also, we have scarcity of land in this area. To get the land along this water side is not easy. So what we have done, we have this piece of land, and His Royal Highness Dr. Ateki Tom gave us another land here. So we have sand-filled it, and now we are using it to cast beams. So anytime we finish casting beams, we install, then we start casting again. We had some problems at the beginning of this job, some delays in finance, from our side and from NDDC side. Luckily now things are on track and things are moving well.
Excited residents from the benefiting communities eagerly await the huge socio-economic development that accompanies such a project.
This community, we have Ogoloma, we have ATC, we have Okoshiri, we have other Ibaka and all the rest. They are in support of this project. They are waiting for the day they will launch, they will climb, they will drive to Burukri, to Okrika.
Nobody attack them. We give the security to help them so that this work will commence.
The contractor gives assurances that substantial progress will be made within the next 6 months, and residents are holding on to this assurance in the hope that their 14-year wait for the completion of the road will soon be over.
Continue with infrastructure projects. The Edo State Ministry of Works has conducted an assessment tour of major road and infrastructure projects across Edo South Senatorial District. The team, led by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, John Obano, inspected several project sites and expressed satisfaction with the progress recorded, despite the challenges posed by the rainy season.
At Mechanic Road in the local government area, work is currently focused on erosion control measures designed to protect the road and nearby communities from further degradation. The team also inspected the stormwater drainage projects along the Benin-Sapele Road corridor, an intervention aimed at reducing flooding and improving water management in the area. From erosion control to one of the state's biggest infrastructure projects, the team moved to the second flyover project at Adesua Junction in Benin City, where construction is still in its early phase. The contractor is confident that the project will be delivered within schedule despite the challenges of the rainy season.
We have some challenges sometimes with the weather condition, but due to the fact that we're working on an existing road, let's say we not lose too much time and we can keep the pace. And we hope that the way we are going, we will deliver the project in time without any delay.
From Adesua Junction, the assessment team proceeded to the Ramat Park flyover project, which is also expected to help address erosion challenges in adjoining streets. Here, the contractor explains that the project has reached its final stage, with only finishing works left before commissioning.
Most of the work have almost complete, 95%. The only remaining one is just waiting for the collector tank to start the work. That's all. The remaining work is like 1.6 kilometers, and you can see as the cover have finished, and the remaining one for asphalt, stone base, and asphalt. This one is a machine work.
The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Works said the quality of work and pace of execution observed across the project sites show that contractors are meeting expectations.
If the CEO has given the go-ahead, the mandate, it's our duty to follow up and enforce and ensure that the contractors meet up with speed, every other thing being equal. So I think relatively we've been doing our own lot, and the contractors have been forthcoming in terms of responding to such a push through, and we are happy.
The tour also covered projects in Ikobalka and Oedo local government areas. The state government reaffirms its commitment to the timely completion of over 60 road projects across Edo State to improve connectivity, stimulate economic activities, and enhance the well-being of residents.
Residents of Orere and other riverine communities in Ugeli South local government area of Delta State are applauding a major milestone in the construction of the Orere Bridge, as vehicles have now begun crossing the structure. The Commissioner for Works, Urban and Highway led a team for an inspection to witness the movement of vehicles across the bridge. He also inspected the ongoing work at the rehabilitation site of the Trans-Wari Ode Shekiri Bridges access road, as the development is being described as a significant step towards improving transportation and economic activities in the area.
For many years, residents of Orere and neighboring communities depended largely on boats and canoes to move across the Orere River. That long-standing challenge is gradually becoming a thing of the past, as vehicles are finally officially plying the Owerri Bridge, one of the flagship infrastructure projects of the Delta State government under Governor Sheriff Oburiwori. First awarded in 2021, the project, which is now over 82% completed, comprises a 500-meter bridge, more than 4 kilometers of access roads, and an additional link road into Owerri town.
This is, for me, this is the validation of the confidence that His Excellency Right Honorable Elder Sheriff Francis Orowedo Oburiwori has reposed on indigenous contractors. A 500-span bridge with 4.3 is indeed commendable. This bridge has enjoyed a checkered history. It almost seemed as if it was not going to be a possibility. But His Excellency, in his usual audacious manner, decided to give the benefit of doubt to this indigenous firm.
The State Commissioner for Works also leads an inspection team to the Trans-Warri Odeshekiri Bridge Access Road Rehabilitation Site, another key project aimed at strengthening connectivity within the state's riverine areas.
The people of Big Warri and all the adjoining communities that are affected by this road will all have a smooth drive from the main refinery road entrance down to the jetty and then sail across and have a smooth drive into Big Warri, Odeshekiri, which is the ancestral home of every Ishekiri person across the globe.
Residents are optimistic that improved connectivity will unlock new economic opportunities and accelerate development within Delta State's riverine communities.
The Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission has reaffirmed its commitments to strengthening fiscal administration and service delivery across the country. A delegation from the commission stated this during the courtesy visit to Akwa Ibom State Governor Umoena at the government house in Uyo as part of its South-South verification and data collection exercise aimed at improving and standardizing financial service delivery across the country. The leader of the group, Federal Commissioner of Ramfac, Professor Olusegun Wright, commends Akwa Ibom State for its contribution to national development through prudent resource management and strategic investments. Governor Eno appreciates the Commission for its positive assessment of the state and reaffirmed its commitment to implementing development initiatives that will improve the welfare of the people.
The objective of this exercise is to ensure that the data deployed in determining revenue allocation among states and local governments remains accurate, credible, current, and reflective of prevailing realities. As we have embarked on this exercise, it is both fitting and necessary to acknowledge the unique place occupied by Akwa Ibom State within the Nigerian Federation.
Let me thank the Commission for the stand you took and the work you've done to restore confidence, not just for Akwa Ibom, but for all of us as a federation. And while you are here, I pray that you have a little time. The Commissioner will make sure, please one day, just take you around a few of the things we've accomplished.
You're watching Newsroom Series on Channels Television. Right after this break, we'll bring you more stories making the rounds within the region. Please stay with us. Welcome back. The fight to promote clean energy and decarbonize the environment cannot be overemphasized as the Cross River State government is matching words with actions following the launch of electric vehicles in the state. Speaking during the launch, Governor Otu described the project as a strategic investment in the welfare of Cross Riverians and a bold step toward a sustainable future. He noted that the introduction of electric mobility aligns with his administration's commitments to innovation, environmental sustainability, economic growth, and the global transition to clean energy solutions.
The continuous rise in fuel prices across Nigeria has placed enormous financial pressure on citizens, with transportation costs becoming increasingly unaffordable for many families. Commuters, traders, students, civil servants and business owners struggle with the impact of higher transport fares, making daily movement an uphill task and placing additional strain on household incomes. In response to these challenges, the Cross River State government has launched a fleet of electric vehicles, tricycles and buses aimed at providing affordable, efficient and environmentally friendly transportation for residents across the state.
In terms of our transportation infrastructure, for it to cascade also to our locals, our brothers and sisters and uncles, we have a bigger and a larger plan, which is going to touch almost each and everybody in the states. But while we wait for time to get all these things in place, it's become clear that we should start somewhere. And today we have started. And I believe that we will follow suit not too long. We will follow suit not too long. Before probably the end of our term or the beginning of next term, everybody should be able to own his or her electric car. For things to move seamlessly.
It is expected to lower transportation expenses and contribute to a cleaner and healthier environment.
Globally, we're talking about decarbonization, and there's so much commitment because we are all aware of the climate situation, and Cross River State is taking a bold step to offer leadership in that direction. If you look at the situation, you find out that the cost of transportation within the Kawa metropolis from 8 miles maybe to Wat Market currently is about 800 naira, and this is not compatible with the fragile state of our economy. So we had to come up with a solution.
As a people, we are happy that our governor is going to do this to help reduce costs of living for our people. And even as you know, this is an electric vehicle. The fuel aspect of it is not there. It's just to charge your vehicle and then up you go.
Governor Basio too also present electric vehicles to 32 permanent secretaries in the state civil service in recognition of their dedication, commitment and outstanding service, and as motivation for continued excellence in public service.
It's fantastic, and I want to appreciate our indefatigable governor, the promise keeper. He had promised us, and he has done even more than we expected. He has taken us into the latest technology in vehicle manufacturing, which is the electric vehicle.
This latest development marks a significant milestone in Cross River State's effort to modernize its transportation sector, reduce the burden of high transportation costs, and champion the use of clean energy for sustainable development.
Congratulations, congratulations.
The Bayelsa State is renewing calls for urgent action against pollution, deforestation and climate change. State government officials, environmentalists and stakeholders believe there's a need to protect the state's fragile ecosystem and adopt nature-based solutions to secure the future of coming generations. Speaking at an event to mark World Environment Day, experts urge governments, business owners and citizens to move beyond awareness and embrace practical, community-driven climate solutions, noting that small, consistent actions can collectively make a significant difference. The Bayelsa State government says plans are in the works to intensify environmental compliance monitoring, clamp down on illegal resource exploitation, and strengthen restoration programs aimed at preserving forests, wetlands, and other critical ecosystems.
Today, Bayelsa State joins the global community to commemorate this year's World Environment Day with a theme inspired by nature for climate for our future, which is not just a catchy slogan, but a blueprint for our survival and a mirror reflecting our identity.
Any individual, company, or organizations found operating without the requisite approvals environmental safeguards, and regulatory compliance shall face the full wrath of the law.
The River State Commissioner of Police says the command is determined to enforce the instruction of the Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, to make sure people don't drive vehicles in the state with their license plates covered. Speaking to journalists during an enforcement drive at the GRA junction in Port Harcourt, CP Olugbenga Adikbojo assured that the command under his leadership will enforce the IG's directive. He also accosted a handful of defaulters and after interacting with them, he had them taken to the state traffic office where they were fined and their license plates attached.
We're here to ensure people that are operating their vehicles without being registered or have it covered or render the number obscure that will not be seen visibly to be impounded and probably be penalized. Because we've noticed with time that these vehicles are being used to convey a lot of criminal items, including arms and ammunitions, and equally kidnap people and make away with it, or even knock people down, in accidents, and then by the time you run to see, trying to get the plate number, or then you find out that the number is not there or is obscured, or they equally use it to commit a lot of crimes. But it's important the number has a reason for being there. If anything is being committed or either your vehicle is also being snatched, we'll get the number and radio for everyone to ensure that vehicle is being intercepted. So it's equally good you have your vehicle registered and put the plate number on the vehicle so that if there's any issue of either somebody is being kidnapped or the vehicle is being removed where parked or snatched, we'll be able to recover the vehicle.
Staying with security, the Nigerian Army says improving the welfare of personnel remains a key priority in strengthening operational effectiveness and boosting morale among troops. The General Officer commanding 6th Division Nigerian Army, Major General Emmanuel Emeka, restated this while commissioning a renovated corporals below quarters and a Heroes Memorial stand at the headquarters of 29 Battalion Nigerian Army. Our correspondent Deborah Miefeberisima reports.
Commission this memorial.
Improving the welfare of troops and honoring the sacrifices of fallen heroes are the twin objectives behind the commissioning of the 10 corporals below quarters and the Heroes Memorial stand at the headquarters of 29 Battalion Nigerian Army. The projects, some of them renovated, are commissioned by the General Officer commanding 6th Division Nigerian Army, Major General Emmanuel Emeka, who says personnel welfare remains critical to operational effectiveness and mission success.
Records because of
the GOC believes that quality accommodation and sound administration are key elements of the Chief of Army Staff's command philosophy, which contributes significantly to troop morale and efficiency.
Sound administration and welfare is a key component. And like I mentioned earlier, there are lots of welfare packages for officers and men. Some that we did not even know. But we are charging everybody in position of command, starting from section commanders up to the highest level, to bring it to the knowledge of your troop.
The aim of the renovation project is to provide a more conducive living environment for personnel in line with the Nigerian Army's commitment to troop welfare.
It is my sincere belief that the projects commissioned today will continue to enhance troops' welfare, improve the battalion's operational and administrative effectiveness, and preserve the legacy and sacrifice of those who have served this battalion and the Nigerian Army with distinction.
The GOC also commissions a Heroes Memorial stand dedicated to officers and soldiers of the battalion who pay the supreme sacrifices in the defense of the nation.
Retired and even the best are considered. The ones whose name are here or being remembered might not be alive to directly benefit. But one of the greatest fulfillment in life is that when you pass, people still remember you.
The event concludes with a tour of facilities and a group photograph with officers, soldiers, and invited guests. Deborah Mie Fiberesima, Channels Television News.
Staying with the military, the Nigerian Army has reassured citizens of its commitment to regular training of its officers and men to ensure a professional, adaptive, and resilient force adequately equipped to combat contemporary security challenges. The Chief of Staff, 6th Division Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Dawa Emmanuel Adamu, gave the assurance while speaking at the 6th Division Nigerian Army Inter-Brigade Warrant Officers and Senior Non-Commissioned Officers Competition 2026 at Wellington Bassi Barracks, Ibagwa, Akwa Ibom State. The competition, which draws participants from warrant officers and senior non-commissioned officers under the 6th Division Nigerian Army, is designed to enhance the overall combat effectiveness of participants.
Your presence here today reflects not only your commitment to duty but also your dedication to excellence, discipline, and the core values that define our professionalism in the Nigerian Army. The primary goals of this inter-brigade warrant officers and senior non-commissioned officers competition is to enhance the combat proficiency of our warrant officers and senior non-commissioned officers while rigorously testing their leadership skills and organizational abilities.
Headquarters 6th Division recognizes the pivotal role of warrant officers and senior non-commissioned officers as the custodian of military discipline and regimentation in the Nigerian Army. Your contributions remain indispensable to unit cohesion, operational effectiveness, and the successful execution of assigned missions. Accordingly, this event provides a platform to further develop your professional capabilities in line with the operational requirements of the division and the Nigerian Army at large.
And that's where we drop the anchor on this edition of Newsroom Series. For updates, kindly visit our website. That's www.channelstv.com. I'm Dominic Iwiu. Enjoy the rest of your day.